Bitcoin, man. Holy smokes. Who are my Bitcoin holders out there? I got some. Not a lot, but I got some. I bought some for my son. See if that turns out something cool. Not a lot, but you know what's really cool is my son has saved up some money. And yesterday he goes, Dad, can I take some of my money and put it into Bitcoin? I was like, yes, you can. I was so proud of him. Yeah, it was awesome. All right, I kind of like the long here again. Maybe a little bit of a trap. We'll see. Either that or I'm going to get crushed. One of the two. Well, that worked out. I'll be right back. Hey, we're here. Here's the flush, guys. But we're so far above weekly V upper band. Oh, that was the point of control that I thought might be the good buy spot. Let's see if we find some support here and reclaim VWAP. That might be a good long. But if we're going to continue trading below VWAP, I would expect lower, and maybe the long spot is going to be lower band, and that's freaking far. That's on, well, it's not that far. It's 30 points away. So I'll keep an eye on lower band, and that's also where I marked out the value area high, value area low. Well, that's not a value area low anymore, but this, the 70s looks like a good long spot. If we get back down there, 75, really, mid 70s. Ah, trim trader, man, that's tough. But, nobody knew, you were just being cautious. I mean, those are words of wisdom. We've seen things go to zero. So there's nobody knew. All right, do we hold 24,000? It's tempting to long, but I don't like how we back tested VWAP there. But it looks like we're garnering some buyers here.
Trump wins court fight to withhold billions in foreign aid.
Feels heavy. See if they can raise it out of here. Probably pick up another one down in the 70s here.
Treasury yields forward.
See if we get the bigger bounce, but it seems like the buyers keep coming in down here. I do like this as the long spot. This is the high volume node. But we're still below VWAP. This is kind of the riskier place to get long, but if we reclaim, nice. Beautiful. Okay, back to VWAP. Rejected at VWAP. I took profits at VWAP. Yes, if you get rebuild with a blown combine, Stephen, it's free. It's included in the cost of the rebuild. I believe if you're still doing a combine and you get a rebuild, you get the reset banked. It goes into your reset bank. Hey, Demon King, Ramiro, welcome to the stream. Manwantha, welcome, guys. Hey, Ed, good to have you. Welcome back. This setup works on crypto, absolutely. Top of the morning to you, Sam. Welcome, everybody, to the channel. Trading the VWAP Wave System. This could be the reclaim here. See if we can get another push out of here. Another reject. Come on.
Francis Macron says President Trump said he wanted to obtain a ceasefire in Ukraine during a meeting with Putin.
Back down here to the bottom. This is quite wild, huh? Goes.
Francis Macron says President Trump also said that any territorial issues can only be negotiated with Ukraine.
It's battling with this 24,000 level. Can we hold it? Very choppy. Damn. So we have a new point of control here on ES. I'm gonna have to take the stop on this, guys. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna take the stop. I'm gonna take a little cool off break. Give up my profits on that one. Now, of course, this 970 level is interesting. This is kind of the level I was watching. Kind of doing what I thought it would do. Fade out. I was long at 24. I'm looking to get back in here, but debating. Looks weak. All right, I'm going to hit it. Cumulative delta doing. Very weak, isn't it? We can get some buyer step in. That would be nice. Whew. It saved my morning. Saved my whole day, actually. Glad I got back in. Oh, I think I turned this off. All right, that's going to be my last trade for the day. In this account anyway. I'm going to switch over my Take profit trader. This is the low volume node on the higher time frame. We marked it out pre-market, Mo. 977. Right here. This gray line. That was the low volume node. It was the most pronounced low volume node on the session. But, you know, it looks like it's just weak bounces on the way down. I just hit it with some size to get caught back up and caught the reaction at that level. So you know it's messed up, guys. You look at my accounts. When I was trading yesterday, I forgot to turn on the copy trader. So this account's at 5K. This is for the payout, right? I still have to trade these one more day because I forgot to copy trade it over yesterday. So this one's done. This is a payout, 2,500 bucks. I have to trade these tomorrow. If we reclaim VWAP, I might go long again in this account. We'll see. I didn't trade gold yet today. We've been trading the indexes, Nathan. What do you think? Should I shut it down here or go? Nah, yeah, I'll shut it down here. Might as well. We'll go for it again tomorrow. Try and get that $12,000 payout. One more day of making 1,000 bucks, guys, and that's a $12,000 payout. I've already locked in 2,500. So not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.
Francis.com says that there hasn't been serious talks about Ukraine-Russia territory swap.
All right, I'm going to switch over to my other account, Take Profit Trader, which I've been working on. That's done. Nice, Byron. Good work. I copy trade the 5 on Topstep. I don't copy trade anything on Take Profit Trader. I just trade the one account. And I do have the top one account. I haven't been trading it. I have a straight to funded account. It's a lot, guys, to move from account to account, including trying to trade cash. Like it's been a lot. So I trade mostly on stream. The prop firms I'm most focused on getting payouts with that offer, I think, the best payout opportunity for what I can do. Because a lot of you guys are trading prop firms. So that's what makes the most sense, I think. Grind up. And just so you guys know, I do things outside of stream too. I do other things as well with options and longer term investing. You know, I don't just day trade futures. That's what I do here. And to keep this focused, that's what I focus on here. I'm not going to dilute the message with like 4 other things.
And inventories of crude and Cushing, the trials of
I don't blame you for distrusting prop firms.
3 million.
I mean, they're a business, but they do pay out. I've never been denied a payout ever from any prop firm, including Apex. However, when they changed their rules back in the day, which they've rechanged, all right, I'm going to trade the take profit. Let me get that pulled up here.
German Chancellor Merz says there's no question of legally recognizing Russian territorial holdings.
That was bought up nicely. What's FTT? Yeah, I'm not familiar. Funded trading something? Futures trading something? I've been trading just a smaller 50K take profit trade. I did have a 150K Pro, which I got a couple of payouts on, and then I lost that one. Traded a little too much size on that one day. I have a funded next. Yeah, I have all of these guys. I have a funded next 50K. That was I was working on. I just kind of bounce around. My focus right now has been on Topstep and the take profit trader. And then when I have a little more extra time, I'll head over to funded next, earn to trade, Apex. I mean, I got, all these things. Dow finally dropping. What did it go up to? 980. Higher. 986. Almost 45,000. It might even bounce here, actually. Looks like we're building some structure down here. I don't know. I don't like the cumulative delta yet. Cumulative delta looks like lower. Boom. I still like 970 long if we get there. We're seeing a bit of a divergence on the cumulative delta and price here. But we might flush people. Nice. Caught that long. Now that might just be the initial reaction, so we gotta be careful.
Ukraine Zelensky says there's no.
If it goes lower, I'm gonna probably pick up another one.
Meeting with free leaders.
Oh. Look at those sellers, man. Sellers took over.
This time now at the bottom of the hour, so the release of the weekly EIA inventory.
Woo, it's going right through it.
Forecast is a draw of 0.
Needs to bounce now.
On the prior draw, 3.029 million.
Otherwise, we out.
Sees a build of 2 million to a draw of 4.286 million expected. Distillate inventories forecast to build of 1.25 million. Prior was a draw of 0.565 million. Gasoline inventories need forecast a draw of 0.724 million. On the prior draw of 1.323 million. And inventories of crude and fishing.
Took a little bit of a loss there. Not bad, though. I still like this level because now we're coming down to the value area high from yesterday, and we're battling this low volume node. So I still kind of like it. A little lower. Now we're heading kind of into this zone. Nice bounce there. Put me up 400. I think I'll take it again. Hard flush. $946. Next level. Yeah. Yep. And 50. Your cum delta. Oh man, Tony. What are you trying to do? Oh. More flush-a-doodles. So this is kind of an interesting area. At 35.
One minute remaining. I'll leave with the EIA crude oil inventories.
All right, that's profit target. $600. All right. Does today look like a setup one price discovery breakout? Regular trading hours has been a traverse of the volume node we put in a Globex. So not yet. No, we're at the edge of value, in my opinion, on the higher time frame, right here, which coincides with the session VWAP, or at least pretty close. It's only 17 points, right? So if we're going to revert, it's going to be around here, I think.
Build a 3.036 million and build a 3.036 million, higher than the expected draw of 0.912 million. Gasoline inventories, a draw of 0.792 million, a draw of 0.7.
Oil inventories. All right, this account's done.
Expected draw of 0.724 million. Distillate inventories, a build of 0.71.
Look at those commissions, dude. This profit trader is crazy.
Build in the expected build of 1.25 million. And crude Cushing inventories,
Up, down, still going down.
5 million. There's a small build of 0.045 million.
I mean, we knew this flush was coming sooner or later, guys. We just didn't know when. You know, a couple of my theories were pop out of the open and then a fade, which is exactly what happened. It's not all that unexpected. But how deep does the fade go? Nobody knows. You know, we have a couple of levels we could be watching, but it could easily bounce, break on the way down until it truly reverses. When you're a scalper, it doesn't really matter, right? We're just trading the reaction to those levels. Whether it's the big reversal doesn't matter to us because we're not catching the big move. Now, for those of you guys who are looking for the big reversal move, the big fade value or extreme on the higher time frame, you need to really manage your risk. And then when you do catch it, you got to hold that sucker to make up for the losses on the way down. The nature of the trading systems, right? When I say hold that sucker, I mean hold the winner. Cutting the losers quickly on the way down until you get the big reversal spot. Then you got to hold it to not only make up for the losers and then to put some profit in the bank. Because we reacted to every level. We bounced at VWAP, we bounced at point of control on the session, we bounced at lower band, almost, pretty close. Yeah, and then again at lower band, we had bounces the entire way down. Right? Look like this. So we faded, bounce, 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 right? Good price action, though. A lot of opportunities to take advantage of. So let's see what comes next. I am expecting a bit of a reversal here sooner or later. I don't know if we're just going to give up this whole move, but it's very possible. You know, what's the 50% retracement of this move? It's damn big is what it is. Let's take a look. About 850. So we got another 100 points to go just for a 50% retracement. Right. 900 will be about a 40% retracement. We're about probably what, 30% now? $50. Yeah, we're about, 30% retracement right here. The Madonna trade, JP. The Madonna trade is the first test of IB. And it's a fade, not a breakout. So good for 10 points there. Holding below lower band so far. ES is approaching lower band. There it goes.
We have posted the US EIA weekly petroleum status report on the feed for those.
You guys, I just got an email from Funded Next. They're giving people free trial accounts. So if you want to demo and practice, you can get it for absolutely free. That's really cool. Free trial accounts with live futures data on Funded Next. That's awesome. We are building some structure down here. I'm going to switch over to the 5-minute now as things slow down a bit. Some buyers stepping in. Nothing impressive yet on the cumulative delta. Chuck, how you doing?
Crude futures
Gold
is slightly after EIA data shows a nice build in US stockpiles.
So we got this nice bounce, price discovery continuation on gold. 414, broke above upper band, back test long. And look where the fade was. Advanced playbook, IB 200% extension. Back to upper band. Looks like we did find some supported VWAP, a little sub VWAP trap there, but once we held, we went. It looks like we have a bit of excess price on the higher time frame. Let's see if it continues this breakout. Oil, interestingly enough, trading with the indexes. All right. On its way down, bounce off lower band. Back to IB mid. These clean moves. All right, let's do a little bit of a check-in here, guys. It's about 10:39 Eastern time. How have you been trading this morning? Not just your P&L, but have you been taking good setups? Have you been managing your risk? JJ's flat. J Scott, bad couple of days for me. That happens. I had a bad couple of days the end of July. I had a bad kind of 2 weeks the end of July, J Scott. It happens, man. Chuck's choking the good ones. Well, hard to know which ones are the good ones unless you hold all of them. Gary's flat. Carlos flat. Trim Trader's up good. I've traded well. Awesome. Phil Holland's red. All right. Small red. Nothing crazy. Were you following your rules, though, and still red? That's okay. Or were you breaking rules? Not okay. Plus 300. Almost got caught offside. Same Bob, but wound up nailing it. I had an out. I got out and I got back in. Tony's doing terrible. Sorry, Tony. What's going on there? 7 handles off the high. Flat now, but going good. JP not so well managing risk well, but was looking for that big short for 2 days. Yep. We had a good one yesterday too, actually, out of the open. First 15 minutes up and then huge flush. Sunny losing today and practicing looking at a higher time frame more before taking trades. I think that will help a lot. Norm's up 300. Held one too long for $200 loss. Juan's up 800. Nice. Went 400 down today. Scalped it back. Now $17 up. Need to get my head on straight and breathe. Loving learning VWAP Wave. Awesome, Allie. Sometimes, you know, just pulling yourself out of a little bit of a down day is a win. You know, sometimes I'll just shut it down there, right? Usually what happens is I'll start down, I'll make it back even, then I go for my profit target, and I wind up going down again. So be careful of that. David's good and green. True trader, I trade my own money. Don't mess with those prop firms. Hey, that's up to you. Everybody does, you know, different strokes for different folks. Up $2,600. It's awesome. Bill Holland, stupid mistakes. Yeah, I could hear that. 500 across 8 evals. Nice, Eric. Beautiful. Eric's up 450. Gary's patiently waiting for a setup. You know, let's see if this IB low holds. This could be good structure for a nice move up. But no real buyers have stepped in yet on the cumulative delta. Keep watching. Shelly's up 426 on 3 XFAs. That's great. Mara's crushing it as usual. Dr. Schaefer's up 642 on one account. Salos dug out of 300 a hole in the morning, now almost flat. That always feels good. It's not well noted on size. Yeah, or size down. Good alternative. Harry trying to catch a return to value long. So far we've been holding the lower band on the RTH. You know, we're still in a clear downtrend. And now we're holding below lower band. IB low is holding, but if this breaks, guys, we can go back down to 920 and then 900. So there's plenty of room to fall here still. So be careful, manage your risk. We have a weekly upper band at 913. That could be the magnet right here, right? But we do have to break this 920 level. So I do see opportunity. If this doesn't hold, I see opportunity here, and then I see opportunity here. Neil feels bearish. Neil, I always feel bearish. Should I buy something right now? Sure, buy something if it makes you feel better. Gold is holding up well. But it could be, it looks like it's returning to value currently, so. Everything is kind of going down except for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is above upper band, and so is gold. Copper consolidating. Heads up 3K on ES. Toasty's up 19 points. Dave Trader up 585 on micros. All right, overwhelmingly good results, guys. Really, really good. If you're not one of those good results, don't take it personally. We don't compare ourselves to others. This is not a plug-and-play system. We all have to trade our own discretion here. This is where you really learn to trade, all right? Not with trading signals, not with following other people. You got to do it on your own. Now, we do trade together. We spot setups together. We can develop sentiment. We have a bunch of eyes in the market trading the same system. So that is super helpful. However, you don't want to follow anybody blindly in this market, in any market. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go over to funded next. Play this one a little bit. Tick strike thing. So we've built a distribution down here, right? So keep an eye out now on this low volume node. We have to break above that. just going above the band is not good enough because the band is what? What's the problem with the band setups right now? The session lower band. What's the problem? We also have a high volume node right in the smack middle of the session band. Right, so we can expect chop here. Right, we have a high volume node, chop. Good, JP. Yep. So we do have some selling on NQ here. It's not as much selling as we've seen. Now it's picking up. Now we got some selling. This could be the break. I don't think it's going to leave that easily.
US Treasury Secretary Bessent was rolling out export tax to more industries. US Treasury Secretary Bessent has raised the prospects of one.
All right, so let's wait for 920.
Sharing agreement that struck shipment for NVIDIA and AMD to other industries as well.
I'm going to put some orders down here. See if we get there. 923, 21 3/4, 20 and a half, and 19 and a quarter. Our 15 points to go. There's one final so we've held the lower band on RTH every step of the way here, guys. It's kind of bullish that we reclaimed all of that. Beauty. Nice, Bill. Keep chipping away. So we failed IB low and we reclaimed. And we're pretty darn close to upper band on the week. You know, is this a big enough pullback for the next leg up? It could very well be. Took a while to get there, didn't it?
So just to clarify then on that Financial Times piece regarding Treasury Secretary Bessent.
Nice, Masad.
Following his interview.
Being patient today, scalping small levels, that's what works for me.
Not necessarily new for the financial.
He said, yeah, it's been a pleasure having you, Ed. I also enjoy the camaraderie of trading with like-minded traders, especially with a similar system. not going to do me a whole lot of good trading with an options trader who's, you know, trading monthly dated expirations that last, you know, like. Back down. Still very bearish on the cumulative delta. No really convincing buying there. Sorry to hear that, JP. You know, sometimes just putting the stop at break even so you can't fumble it.
Beneficial for answers for Fed share interview processes under construction.
We're now 100 points below the high.
Speaking live on Twitter TV.
Very slow grind down, which makes for good scalping, to be honest. Good contrarian scalps, continuation scalps, trading to both sides. It's interesting how we're holding here. And the cumulative delta keeps going down. So that's, you know, bullish absorption. However, we have a, you know, what's the opposite of a rising wedge? Kind of what we're getting here, right? Descending wedge. Thank you, JP. Bitcoin has almost given up that entire spike it had. I don't know why my tick strike keeps turning off. I'm going to have to email him about that. Does anybody else experience that problem where their tick strike just keeps turning off and they have to close and reopen it? All right, buyers have hit the market here. I'm going long. Been waiting for buyers. The buyers got crushed. Can they step back in? If we could break above this, we still have this low volume node at 75.80. We could break above that. I think we're going to 90 at least. My VWAP. I think we're going to at least test it. So I'm going to take a come on. I got my first sell order at 70. I got one at 73 and 79. Built a pretty significant distribution here. You short, Chuck? Tell me you're short without telling me you're short.
US crude prices fall $1 a barrel after a surprise build in US crude inventories.
Got some sellers step in there. But also we have quite the divergence on the cumulative delta. Well, not really anymore. Buyers stepped in on those sellers. But, we're right in the middle of a distribution. So this is coin flip territory. Some will say I like those odds. Go. Out of this. Chop suey, guys. All the talking heads do is talk about what's happening literally at the very moment. They have little insight of what's going to happen next. That is a truth, a fundamental truth. Okay, now we have a divergence. Can price follow it? Oh yeah, look at that VWAP bounce on the Dow. Nice spot, Sonny.
10 minutes time. It's 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Trump due to make an announcement at the Kennedy Center as he announces the honorees there. We have posted the live video on the feed for those interested.
It's a grind either way. So, if you guys are looking for like big clean moves in either direction, it's not happening. It's just been a slow grind down. 20 points here, 15 points there. make new lows by like 5 points, buy it back up. I didn't realize my trade debate wasn't on. So this is a level I was watching, roughly around 920. So I'm going to put some orders here. Not that many. All right, here it comes. I mean, it's taken 2.5 hours. Well, no, 9, almost, eventually be 2 hours to do a little over 100 points. So you're gonna need another 2. Let's see if it fills me. Here we go. Build 1. Build 2. What's the next level? I had marked out 900. Thank you, Dr. Darkrider. The big moves in any index are at the open, obviously. And then we have power hour. Yes, these are kind of the basics. It's not just NQ that trades that way. All U.S. stock indexes trade that way. Do you know why that is?
Just less than 5 minutes time now. Trump here to make an announcement at the Kennedy Center as he announces the honorees there. We have posted the live video on
Slow bleed.
interested.
Well, welcome to the group, Dr. Dark Rider. Are you an actual doctor? We have a couple of real doctors in the group. I know we have a couple of PhDs, a couple of medical doctors. Okay, approaching 900s. I'm going to put an order in here. You know you want to test 900. Come on. Dr. Pips. Dr. Tick.
Parent area again, so I close flat on the session.
Ambo station. 5 back. Nicely green now. Good job, JJ. Come on, just a couple more points here. Let's go. Let's fill these orders. Everybody's front running 900 and know it. I should have front ran it too. It's 10 points right there.
Simply expecting an announcement from Trump at the Kennedy Center. Again, the live video is on the feed.
All right, here goes. Come on. It's actually been very clean price action, albeit very slow price action. Oh, come on. Every new low gets bought up by 10 points. Such great scalps. I'm missing them. Okay, here goes. No fill. All right, filled 3. Okay. Already out. Took that little bounce. Very tiny bounce. Barely any bounce. Bleeding out now. All right, Tony. We'll see you a little later. Well, damn. I'm out of levels. What's next? I mean, you know, we could see something here at 93, kind of where we went to. That's the bottom of yesterday's distribution that we have right here, but it's not like a clean, it could be somewhere in this area between 880 and 890.
Nasdaq turns negative, lost down spot 1%.
You know, maybe this spot will hold a little bit. Now you're just getting greedy, Steven. Yeah, I think that will happen. I don't know if that's going to happen today. We'd have to go down all our 110 points. And at this rate, it's going to take the rest of the session for that to happen. We go straight down. Chuck, that would have been a nice short. Good long. We kind of held the 900. We flushed through it a little bit, but quickly reclaimed it. We got to get above the 920. All right, then we can get a return to 945. IB low. Nice trade so far. So we're above this node. That's bullish. Now we got to get above. I think the next obvious price target is 940, 945. So another 20 points. That's nice. We got to get above this 30 to 40 level, which is a low volume node. No real volume on the cumulative delta on that. I know it looks like a big sell-off, but this is just we're still open interest 4,200 contracts long, down from 8,000 open longs. So just a pullback so far. Okay, let's see if we can get over 40. Next stop 40. You almost bought the low, Chuck. 95. Incredible. There's 40 and there's 45. That would be my profit target. That's a good move, Zalos. Market doesn't care what you want, Chuck. The market does what the market does. You could get more. This is the strongest buying we've seen since the open. Cumulative delta, biggest red green candle on the delta we've seen. Well, 900 was a level for us, Jay Scott. We had pointed out. So that's pretty close to it. Struggling at 45, which I anticipated. It's IB low. And lower band that is now in confluence with RTH and session VWAP. Yep, biggest bounce into high for sure. And the biggest candle on the CVD. That's bullish. But still struggling at 45 a lot. I mean, it hasn't made a higher low yet. This just, so far this is a bounce and a downtrend. We'll see. Hard to, we don't know whether this is the reversal spot or just a bounce before we go lower. It was a great trade off that level. Back tested IB low for a decent short right there. That was a setup. Short. It's a price discovery continuation short and a back test of IB low. I mean, I gave the profit target on that one, almost to the tick. Still bullish, still looking bullish. This could be a back test of this 920 level, and then we can grind higher. Absolutely. So it held this level, which is a low volume node. All right, guys, it's 11:30. Do we have any questions? How did everybody trade? Nice, Anderson. He says, been getting better trades the more I understand combine auction market theory. Yeah. Carl, these are see 918 920. This is the weekly upper band, the weekly VWAP upper band. And then let's see, this 900 was kind of the low value area low of this distribution from yesterday. There's the distribution here, and then 900, the bottom. I would consider that a big win, Kyle. 100%. I would even shut down there. Come back tomorrow. That's just me. Nice. Yes, that helps some people, Ali. You just trade the charts and you get what you get. Depends on if you're scalping or whether you're going for bigger moves. How are you currently trading? Now, you can trade the system either way. Many scalp, some go for the bigger moves, level to level. Did you add to that?